Hi Rick.
Hello.
It was a very nice speech to listen to. I saw that you were not anxious at all because I asked the other speakers, so I guess for you the answer would be easier or not. And how was the energy from the audience?
It was different. It was not, I'm not a speaker, I don't speak for a living, I'm more of a business owner, but I noticed that if I were to make a speech in the United States, which I do about once a month, the reactions that I normally get, I didn't get. So people were a lot more what's the right word? Non-reactive. I don't know.
Yeah, but typically when you compare Europeans to Americans, it's natural. Like the culture is very different in a sense.
But I think they got the message because I could tell by the end.
They felt it inside, but
yes.
didn't show it out. My first question is that you were presented as a young entrepreneur as well. So you started doing business since you were a kid, basically.
Yeah.
You were 14 when you did your first business. Well,
actually 13.
13.
I opened a bicycle repair shop with a friend of mine, Chris.
Did it work out well?
Well, we had to pay money. I mean, if you think about the story, my dad died, we didn't have any money, and I did anything to make money. So whether it was fixing bikes or shoveling snow or raking leaves, I didn't really have a choice. And sometimes in life, when you don't have a choice, the answer becomes easier.
You have to be creative.
Yeah.
You talk about the difference between being a successful person and an average person, or a successful and a very successful, let's say. Why would you say that the crucial distinction is, and where does it come from? What makes you a very successful person as opposed to a successful one?
I would say, this is only my opinion, that a very successful person knows what their purpose is, and they say no to everything else. Whereas an average person, they're running around saying yes to everything. So they're distracted.
And how would you define a catalyzing statement? What is a catalyzing statement?
Catalyzing statement is a meme, which is a viral idea, that is willfully created to connect your message to stakeholders that matter to whatever your outcome is. So if your outcome in your family, you really have to determine who your stakeholders are first. In a country, your stakeholders are your citizens. In a company, your stakeholders are your employees, your clients, your community, right? Once you identify your stakeholders, then a compelling catalyzing statement will catalyze them to help you create the outcome.
About the horizontal view, you said that it's nice that people don't have a vertical view about society itself. So you're not aiming just to surpass someone in some kind of position, or you just respect him for what he is because he's your boss. But don't you think that there should be something above you, like moral values, spirituality? Because it's not, I think that today's society is really self-centered on the individual. And I think that what actually lacks is respect for, I'm not talking about respect for your boss, just because he earns more money, but respect for something which is above.
The point I was trying to make is, when you have a horizontal view of the world, it's easier for you to create a compelling catalyzing statement. That's the point I was trying to make. I wasn't trying to make the point that you should respect people above or below you. If you make a catalyzing statement from the point of view that everybody's either better than me or less, then it's harder to create an idea that spreads. That was the point.
Okay, my last question is, how does a person choose the purpose of his life?
I told you, were you listening? It's a very difficult problem, but it took me a long time of reflection and meditation, and ultimately I went back to my childhood and I looked at what made me happiest. What made me happiest was when I was inspiring entrepreneurship, when I was either being an entrepreneur or teaching like I was on stage. So I would say, look over your life, figure out when you were happiest and when you were most in the zone of life, and your purpose is somewhere there.